Biologists try to classify living organisms in a meaningful way. They also look for patterns that may help them to explain the great diversity of life on Earth and how organisms are related to each other. In 1753, the Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus devised a system of classification which is still used today. Who is Carolus Linnaeus? Carolus Linnaeus is the godfather of taxonomy, or the science of classification. He used the physical features or morphology of organisms to put them into particular groups. He was known for his hierarchical structure for classification as well as the binomial system of naming. What systems can be used to classify organisms? There are two ways to classify living organisms. We have natural selection and the artificial selection. Here are the differences between natural and artificial selection. Artificial selection is a classification that is not useful to biologists as it does not show any natural relationship between the organisms in a group. While natural or biological system of classification is a system that is based on similarities and differences between organisms. This system is easy to refer to when identifying organisms. Organisms are first divided into 5 kingdoms, such plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. Biologists in general recognize 5 different kingdoms of living organisms. We have the prokaryote or the bacteria, the protoctista, a collection of single-celled organisms, and some multicellular ones such as seaweeds, fungi, the mushroom, toadstools and molds, plantae or the green plants, and the animalia or the animal kingdom, which includes us. In the natural system of classification, organisms are classified according to a graded scale of hierarchy. The resemblance between organisms becomes much closer as we go down the scale of classification. For instance, it is easy to distinguish one family from another. It is also fairly easy to separate different genera, but different species may be more difficult to differentiate. I have here a sample diagram that shows the hierarchy of classification. Kingdom as the highest organization down to species or the lowest organization. Species explains the variety of organisms. I have here the hierarchical structure of man. It is arranged from specific to general. Another way of classifying living organism is the use of binomial system of naming. The common name given to an organism may vary in different parts of the world. This can cause confusion. So Carolus Linnaeus used Latin to give 2 names to each organism. This naming system is called the binomial system of naming. What are the rules to follow in giving binomial system? Rule number 1. The first name refers to the genus to which the organism belongs. It always starts with a capital letter. Rule number 2. The second name is the species name and it starts with small letter. Rule number 3. Both the genus and the species are names. They are italicized or underlined.